good afternoon, my lovers. Guess who I am? I'm back on the field of dreams. This is what a field is made for. Finding epic relics. I've got a banging signal over there. Let's go and check it out. Oh, I can see a bit of discoloured soil. Ooh, gold. Now, gold would not discolour the soil because it doesn't corrode, does it? Right there. It's right here. What's it going to be? Oh, I can see something. Oh, no, I couldn't see anything. I thought it was a little stone. Come on, where is it? Oh, I can feel something. Just down there. Oh, it's a nice dark, it's a nice green colour. Oh, this could be an epic relic. Oh, look at that. What a little beauty, look. It's got all of its gubbins in place. What a little corker, as someone said to his wife. Oh, what does corker mean? Yeah, what's corker? Well, it's a slang word, isn't it? Oh, a bit crumbly there. Right. That is a lovely little 1500s or thereabouts spectacle buckle. Lovely jubbly. What else are we going to find today? Oh, I think I got something down here. Right there. Sounded a bit iffy on the surface. It could be cack, but it might not be. Might be a bit of an epic relic. We're certainly deep now. Right there. Oh. Oh. Is that not rust, is it? Is that rust? I don't know if that's rust. No, I can see something else. I think it's a great big piece of lead. Damn. But I'm certainly going down there today, aren't I? What have I stood in? Clegg has stood in something. Still could be a relic. Is it moving? No. Papa bullet would be nice. Looks like it's got shape. Right, let's just get under it. There. It's got shape. Oh, it did have shape. I thought it had shape. It's not got a shape. It's not got a shape. It is just a good big piece of scrap lead. Ugh, where's my relic? Certainly went down there for it though, look. Look at that. That's 9 inches to there. 9, 10, 11, 12, over a foot. Something in there, and I just found a lovely piece of pie crust. Staffordshire slipware. Look up pie crust, Staffordshire slipware. Right, what we got in here? Oh, I can see a coin, or is it a pesky button? Oh, I think it's going to be a pesky button, I reckon. Oh, is it? Is it a pesky button? Oh, it is. It is. It's a pesky button. The surface felt a bit rough. Let's have a quick nose. Yeah, nothing on it, just a plain boring pesky tomback button. I got something down here. The sidewall. Could be cack. Could be. Did sound really nice though. Sounded like foil. That's what it sounded like. Well, got a bit of bone. They've been eating well here. Bit of cow, I think. Oh, they've moved it. Right, it's in here. Right. It's in that bit. Oh, I've been foiled. Ugh. Oh, I reckon I got something down this here hole. Sounds like gold. Oh, it could be gold. Right there. Oh, is that dark soil? I don't think it's going to be gold. You don't get dark soil with gold. Because it don't corrode, do it? Do it? Doesn't speak proper English like what I does. Right, where's it gone? There it is. Oh, I can see something. It looks green. Is it a coin? I don't think it's a coin. I think it's a relic of a bygone era. Right, spade. Is it a... It might be a clogged clasp, but I thought I saw holes in it. Holes in it. Clogged clasp. I see holes in it. Come on. Oh, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than a... Is it? Yeah, it's a clogged clasp. When people wore wooden shoes. Wooden shoes. Oh, it's similar to one I found the other day. With all this sort of ring and dot design. A bit pasty. When people had wooden shoes. God, you wouldn't be able to do too many marathons with wooden shoes, would you? Can you imagine it, running 100 miles with wooden shoes? Still, if you're a good little carver, as soon as you, you know, your shoes wore out, your wooden shoes, you could make yourself a new pair. Let's give it a little rub on the magic trousers and get that ring and dot design up. Yeah, lovely jubbly. Relic number 2. Oh, I got a banging one down this here hole. Oh, a hoard of 50,000 gold coins would be very nice. Let's get rid of some of this grass. Right there. What's that? Charcoal? Bit of dark soil. I don't think it's going to be... Oh, I can see something. I can see something. Looks like cack. Looks like a bit of cack. Is it going to move? It is. Ooh, feels quite heavy. It's a thing. It's definitely looking like cack. Well, I'll let that dry out and then I'll get back to you. Right, there it is. It almost reminds me of one of those things you get on wicks where it sort of goes up between. because I think there's a gap there, you know, like a wick, but this is rectangular, and most of those sort of wick things are circular. So, but it's been put, but another piece of metal has been pushed up through the gap and folded over on each side. So it's probably an ancient relic, but I don't know what it is, apart from that sort of maybe a wick thing. Ah, perhaps this one is the hoard of gold. Banging! Oh, 12.20. Could be a hammered coin. Oh, there it is. Oh, what's that? Doesn't look like silver. Is it going to move? Oh, solid. You don't want to move. Right, let's get round it a bit more. Can you see down there? Let's get you over here a bit more. Right here. It's a thing. Oh, a bit too far over. Oh, it moved. I think it's quite big. Whatever it is, it's quite big. I think it's a spoon. Oh, it's not a silver spoon, is it? A silver spoon would be very nice. It looks like silver. Is it silver? Just to give that a bit of a wipe. Ooh, I think it could be. Or is it plated? Is it silver or is it plated? I can see an edge there. Oh, I think it's plated. Bugger. I thought I had a silver spoon. No, I think it's plated. Oh yeah, you can see a lot of corrosion coming through there. Oh well, still. I would have preferred 50,000 silver coins. It's got some writing on it. Stainless steel. Oh, I can't quite see that. Very small. Oh, I can. Right, let's get it on macro. Right, there we go. The LX something. GL. Right, I'm gonna get this clean it up a little bit better and then get back to you. Right, I'm pretty sure it says the Alex Clark Company. Yeah, Alex Clark. And then got a G. Is it a G? That's just a G, isn't it? Or is it a C? That's got to be a C. Company. So yeah, the Alex Clark Company. So yeah. Oh, come on, focus. A very nice plated spoon. Ugh. Silver would have been much nicer. I've only ever found 3 silver spoons, and this was almost another one. On to the next. Got something down here. Bit iffy. It's a rock. Must be deeper. Lots of rocks. Probably on the part of the old one of the old dwellings. They used to build the houses with a little low wall, and then he put like wattle and daub, big oak beams on the tops. You've probably seen the types of houses. They're the ones that are painted black and white. So the beams are painted black nowadays, and the daub is painted white, lime wash like. Right, I might have to get back to you on this one, because I'm not sure I've actually got anything here, because it was a very iffy signal. Oh, I've knocked it out. That's why I couldn't find it. It's in here. 12.25. Could be a hammered coin. or a piece of lead. Ugh. That was the first thing I picked up. I thought it was a rock, and it's a piece of lead. Oh dear. Oh, it's folded. Might be a pot mend. Yeah, it could be a pot mend. Yeah, because look, there's another rock here, look. It's an honest mistake. Oh, we got something here. Banging. Oh, that's an impression. And it's not green. That's not a green impression. Oh, could be silver. Is it going to be silver? No. Oh, it's black. That's why. I think it's a penny. A crusty penny. Is it? Oh dear. I'm going to have to get this cleaned up. It's really manky. Oh, yeah, it's a funny colour. It's got black there. Look, like it was almost like it's been painted. 1917. So I think it's George the 5th. Yeah, I can see a V there for 5. But it's very crusty. On to the next. Oh, 1201, very low. Still, it could be a cut quarter, but more likely cack. Very low noise. This is 100% going to be cack. So pre-warned that this is going to be cack, and it is cack. But that could be a cut quarter or cut half. I've had them really low signals. On this field, I'm going to dig everything. Oh, we got something down this ear hole. Sounds deep. Sounds deep. Oh. Deeper still. Oh God. Right on it. Whew. Oh, saw something. Looks like cack. Oh, oh. Pasty lead. It's a pasty piece of lead. I think it was something at some point, but it's not now. It's been down there a long time, because lead, when it starts to crumble, that usually means it's been down there. Oh, I thought I had an epic relic then. Oh, I'm getting a bit tired now. I missed this signal completely. Thought I had it, and I missed it. I've got it now though. Oh, I did have it. Where's it to? Huh. I'll have to change the battery in this thing. Let's do a reset. Ah. There we go. It's over there. Right, let's get you on this side. It's on the side wall. Don't go well. Could be cack. Could be. Is it cack? Is it cack? Nope, it's not cack. It's a button. Oh, it's got a nice design. It's got a lovely design. I think it's a button. Yes, a button. Solid looking job. Or a homemade button. Right, as I get this cleaned up and I'll get back to you. I think I'm going to make this the last hole because I'm starting to get a bit tired now. Yeah, it's a pretty chunky affair, this thing. It's one big lump. It's got like, what do you call that? What's that thing you get on the motorway? Chevrons. It's got chevrons around the side. It's got some sort of a flower. And then it's got some ring and dot design going sort of across it in places. There. Yeah, very nice button. Well, I was just swinging back towards where I got my bag and stuff, and I came across a banging signal here. Could be a pesky button. So just one more hole, and maybe another one if I find one in the direction of my bike. Still down there. What's that there? Bit of pipe. Bit of pipe. Next to that worm. Oh, next to that bit of worm. Oh. Oh. Banging. Could be a relic. Dug plenty of relics today. What's that there? Bit of medieval pottery. I think it is. I'll have a closer look at that in a minute. Oh. You see down there okay? Get you a bit more forward. Yeah, perfect. It's just about to give up when I get an epic signal. I've been wandering around for an hour, not finding anything. And then just right at the end of the day, I get two banging signals literally next door to each other. Turn that off. Don't need that on anymore. Oh, it's a bit of lead. It's a bit of lead. I should have known. Deep signals usually are. Just a rim. Bit of a rim of a pot mend, I suppose. Ugh, that's it. Pub time. Right, that's it, me lovers. I'm going to head off to the usual place. But before I go, I'm going to probably come back out here tomorrow with a different coil. I got a sort of another coil. I forget that it's longer and thinner. I forget the name of the company. I'm trying to rack my brains. This is the name of the company, an Australian made coil company. Coil Tech. Might be Coil Tech. Yeah, it could be. I think it is actually Coil Tech. Anyway, so I got a sort of another coil, and I'll bring out the 11-inch because the ground is starting to dry out a bit here, and I've got a special tool now to find out how dry the soil is. Shall I show you my special tool? I'm going very high tech. Right, there it is, look. It's a moisture meter. So I'll shove that in the ground like that, and it says 4. Zoom in a bit. It says 4. Now when it says 5, I've noticed roughly around about 5, the it's not too wet and it's not too dry. The coils seem to detect things at a better depth when it's around about 5. And when I was detecting yesterday, it was around about 5, but now it's always had time to dry out and it's dropping towards 3. And I think the smaller coils tend to work better when it's starting to dry out a bit. That's my theory. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so a moisture meter. So if you go into a field and it's really wet, you want to walk around the field with your moisture meter and plonk it in, and when it gets sort of nearer to 5, then it's perfect conditions for getting objects out of the ground. Because I've noticed if the ground's really, really wet and sodden, it doesn't seem to work so well, the metal detectors. And if it's really, really dry, the other end of the scale, again, it don't seem to work so well. But there's like a fine point of around about 5 on the moisture meter where it works perfectly. So in order to find relics for your entertainment, I got to find fields that are just the right amount of moisture. Right, that's enough waffling. I'm off to the pub.